Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Lewis for blagsound.com. This is the Lifetime Achievement Award at the UK Festival Awards, and this is Geoff Ellis, who has just won it. Geoff, congratulations. This is the second time it's been presented to you. I'm not actually presenting, I'm afraid, but congratulations. How do you feel?
Well, I don't feel like I've been doing it for a lifetime, so yeah, I'm not ready to give up, but it's a great honour and it's a privilege, but I think really, it's not just for me, it's for, the massive team that I work with, not just, what I do, and it's not just what any one person does. It's a real team effort, and it isn't it's beyond people just doing their jobs. And I think that's what's great about the festival industry is people don't just do what they need to do; they go that extra mile for the audience.
Fantastic. So the fruits of your labour, Tea in the Park, is it's obviously the biggest festival in Scotland. It's one of the biggest festivals in the UK. It's earned you this fantastic award. What is it about Tea in the Park that you think creates this energy? Because it is. The energy at Tea in the Park, it's unbelievable. It's a insane festival.
Yeah, well that's got to be the audience, because I think the Scottish audience is probably the most passionate in the world, and lots of bands say that bands coming over from the States, more so than UK bands, because they've noticed it more. They notice a real difference, and the Killers went around telling everybody when they first played Tea in the Park, they're halfway up the bill, and the King Tut's tent, they went away saying, look, to other bands, you've got to come and do Tea. Kings of Leon did it 3 years on a trot. Killers then came back to headline, and when you hear it from bands like that say this is our favourite festival, and you think, well, it's not just because of the way we look after them, hopefully that's some small part of it, but the real thing is the reaction they get when they go out on stage, and that's just the passion of the Tea in the Park crowd, and it is unique, and it's if we could bottle it, we'd sell it around the world, but it's just something about Scottish audiences. I think they're not they don't hold back, so whatever it is, be it football, be it music, be it rugby, they just give it their all.
So, I mean, the Scottish music scene at the minute, obviously you mentioned King Tut's tent, which obviously you've got King Tut's Wah Hut in Glasgow, and there's this entire sort of encapsulated scene in Scotland, and there's some hugely successful artists coming out, but you've got Biffy Clyro, you've got Kid Adrift who are coming up now. I mean, what is it, especially Glasgow, but Scotland as a whole, that creates that sort of sound, because there is a very unique sound coming out of Scotland at the minute.
Well, I think it's, if you look around the world, kind of working class cities, probably where it rains quite a bit as well. Look at Seattle, look at Detroit, Manchester. They're all places that produce, kind of edgy, bands. Bands like Jesus and Mary Chain couldn't have come from anywhere else. It's just, that's. Is it something in the water? Is it just something in the people? And everybody knows somebody who's in a band in Glasgow. It's in terms of per capita, more people are in bands, I think, than anywhere else. And and they enjoy it. And there's a lot of good bands. Obviously, not every band makes it, and a lot of good bands don't make it. But you've got such a history. The Alex Harvey band. Teenage Fan Club, Primal Scream. It's just there's loads and loads of bands, and newer bands like Biffy Clyro, Paolo Nutini, Twin Atlantic, as you said, Kid Adrift. There's so many great acts, and it's hard to put your finger on it, but I think Glasgow is a music city, and Scotland works well as as a place with passionate audiences.
So Geoff, what's the next step for Geoff Ellis, and more importantly, what's the next step for Tea in the Park as a whole?
Next step for me is finding my bed, because I was up at 5 o'clock this morning. I was out watching Kids in Glass Houses last night, and at LCD Sound System on in Glasgow as well, and so it was a late night. Up at 5 to get the 6:30 flight down to London, so I'm pretty knackered. But for me with Tea in the Park, it's about keep pushing the boundaries, keep moving it forward. Not resting on your laurels. I really hate complacency, and that's one of the biggest fears, is that we sit back and go, we've achieved it, and getting this is like, well, it's not. It's not over, and we might have achieved something, but we're going to keep on trying to achieve. And you've got to do that. You've got to push the envelope. Good musicians do that. They find something else within. And I think for a festival, you've got to keep, you know, pushing what you do forward, making the facilities better, and just, you know, responding to, you know, what the audience want. Because, you know, if you don't, you're going to lose them eventually. So you've got to listen to, you know, and kind of move with the crowd. And, you know, Tina Park now is probably unrecognisable from the first year of the event. You know, but in every way. I mean, we've got a different side for a start, but you know, it's you know, if you stand still, you go backwards. So you've always got to, you know, be creative and take it forward.
Excellent. So Geoff Ellis, ladies and gentlemen, burning the candle at both ends and pushing the boundaries. Geoff, thank you so much for having us, and congratulations once again. Have a fantastic night.
Thanks a lot.
Take care.
Cheers.
Cheers.